So this is John March from Guitar Talk with John and Jamie here at the 2012 LA Amp and Custom Guitar Show with Reality Web Video, and I'm here with Don from Electroplex Amplifiers.
That's right.
And we're hanging.
That's right.
And actually, because I'm a New York guy, and it's a good hang with a Brooklyn guy. All my family's from Brooklyn. I'm happy.
There
Yeah. Park Slope.
Canarsie.
Canarsie.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, see, it's a good hang.
Of course, that was a long time ago.
A long time ago?
Yeah.
But you still got it, right?
Yeah, hey, it never leaves you.
Never
leaves you.
Yeah, I can feel that. Let's talk about your amps.
Sure, yeah.
So let's talk about the Rocket and what's going on that's exciting for you and what you like about it. What do you want to tell me? What do you want
Well,
to
the Rockets, we have a range that go from 90 watts down to 22.
Okay.
And so there's something for everybody, I feel. And we've added a low power operation, which allows you, say, at the 50 watt range to operate down to 35. The 22 goes down to 12 watts. So you can really find your sweet spot, whether it's in a large room or a small club or recording studio.
Okay, and also practice, obviously. Practicing.
Absolutely,
okay.
Absolutely, yeah. So they've been all over the world. They've played in clubs, and they played in Red Square with Paul McCartney. So
this was out with the band with Paul McCartney?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Awesome.
Yeah, so it's been on record with the Rolling Stones too. So,
okay.
So they've been
So
around.
it's just nobody's that anybody's going to know?
Yeah, just these lightweights.
The lightweight guys who nobody cares about.
Yeah, they're not from Brooklyn, so what can I tell you?
Yeah, they're not going to have any interest in. Nah, okay. So nobody knows.
So this is the new model that we're featuring.
Okay.
It's the Rocket 35 EL, which means it's 35 watts using EL34 tubes, and it's switchable down to 22 watts. And for some reason, these EL34s just love this power range. They really come to the party, really nice and smooth. You still get that British twinge and twang to it, but it's got plenty of meat and grind to it. We have this in a single 12 oversized cabinet with a Fane Medusa speaker.
Oh, Fane.
It's
Fanes are great.
Just magic. It really
Fanes
is.
are really great, and I like the cabinet design.
Thank you.
And you're running reverb. What are you running?
Yeah, we're running it's a straight tube-driven spring reverb. Okay. And straight ahead in that regard.
Which particular tank do you?
Well, I used to use Accutronics. Now I'm using the mod.
A lot of guys seem to be leaning towards the MOD.
Yeah, they're very nice.
Yeah.
They're smoother. They have a longer decay time. Okay. And if you can manage it, it's a nice way to go.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's great. And is there anything special that you want people to know about the amp?
Oh, well, it's switchable between a clean channel and an overdrive channel, and the overdrive channel is quite versatile. In fact, you can go from clean to overdrive very gradually with the gain control, so that you can pick the point where the hair comes into your sound, and then you can control it with your hands or roll it back on your volume control, and it cleans right up for you.
So dynamic and touch sensitive?
Very much so. So it's a real player's amp.
Seems to be a hallmark of the custom amps that are coming out these days is that, really being more sensitive to the player's needs as a touch player.
Absolutely, and the real players, they get it. They really find their spot with these amps, which is nice. It's very gratifying as well. Yeah. Now on the tone stack, I've kind of modeled it after one of my old favorite amps, the old blonde Bassman heads of the early '60s, where they had a normal channel and then a bass channel. The bass channel's tone stack was voiced an octave below where the normal channel was. So I built those both into this channel, where the treble, you can think of it as a high treble, replicates the sound of the normal channel, and the mid, which you can think of as low treble, does the bass amp, the bass channel.
Okay, so in other words, the frequency response of these two is slightly different than the first channel.
Yes.
But what it's doing is emulating a color change that allows you to get that basement effect.
So you can go from the normal channel, which would be all treble, no mid, to the bass channel with all mid and no treble. And it's just a slight difference. They overlap quite a bit. So if you're going to use both of them, you would tend to back off a little bit on each. But it gives you a real nice tone coloration and variation.
And variation, I can see that.
Yeah.
How can people find out about your amp?
Well, they can go to my website at electroplex.com. Okay. And they can go to my Facebook page, which is Electroplex.
Okay, and they don't have to be from Brooklyn.
No, they don't have to be, but it helps.
It helps. All right. So this is John March from Guitar Talk with John and Jamie, Reality Web Video, and we're here at the LA Amp Show with Don and Electroplex Amplifiers. Another great moment, another great amp. Thanks for sharing with us.